Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Build a Stomper. This is the final set of videos of this project. It's been a long one. Yeah, far too long, I think, to put into one episode, as people will get bored. So what I'm doing, I'm splitting it into two episodes. What you're about to see is the product of 4.5 hours worth of work condensed down into about 15 minutes through the miracle of editing. But anyway, first, I'd just like to just say something. I looked on my Twitter account the other day, and I've got 30 followers from nowhere. So hello and thank you for following me on Twitter. I'll be sure to try and post stuff up. And also, guys, if you have Twitter as well and you haven't followed me on Twitter, you can find me by just typing in Great Jojo Man into the search. I'm pretty sure I'm the only person on there. And also, if you would like to see scantily clad pictures of my girlfriend, I will give a virtual cookie to whoever finds out who she is off of the people that I've got on Twitter. So there you go, guys. A bit of a challenge for you. But anyway, guys, so this is going to be the painting of the Stomper. Well, up to the putting pigments on it and stuff, and up to some fine little bits and bobs that I'm going to do later on. But anyway, guys, so let's get cracking. Enjoy. Okie dokie, guys, so what we're going to be doing, we're going to be starting off by, first of all, applying a layer of tinny tin, Vallejo tinny tin, over a full can of Army Painter Black. That's right, I used an entire can of Army Painter to prime this motherfucker with. And in fact, I actually missed a little bit as well underneath it, so I probably could have done with another can. But anyway, the Vallejo tinny tin is exactly the same as GW's tin bits, just laying it down in just areas with a sponge, just in order to give it like a rough breakup of it, and in order to just make the metal, when I dry brush the gunmetal over it, as I'm doing now, just make it look a little bit more varied. So like I say, as you can see here, just dry brushing. This was on an extremely hot day when I did this, and the humidity was through the roof. So doing this dry brushing on this scale was very, very hard work. And in fact, I actually painted the majority of this miniature, what you're about to see, completely naked. As you see, I'm not actually wearing a t-shirt. I'm not actually wearing any pants or boxers or socks. So have that one stuck in your mind for a little while. Enjoy that mental image. Yeah, just literally attacking it all over well, not really dry brushing it either, we're over brushing it just to bring out some of the details. And it is really nice to look at in order to see all that detail from the primer just come to life and really just pop out at you. So what I'm going to be doing after doing all the dry brushing, this took a fucking age, by the way, just because the model was so vast, and this is just on the torso of it. I hadn't even done the arms at this point. So after this, what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be highlighting it a little bit with some of the chainmail silver from Vallejo. Now, I've got to say, on another note, the Vallejo paints give exceptional coverage, and I believe that's due to the amount of pigment in them. With the Citadel stuff, you really, really have to be quite liberal in how you use it if you want to overbrush on this scale, just because the pigment isn't that great in it. So yeah, as you can see, where the tinny tin is on, it's made the silver underneath look a lot darker. Also, guys, just so you know, I've thrown down some different camera angles and stuff on this to take the landing pad off that, because I realised that I couldn't actually get to this underneath part here, and obviously I didn't want it to just be black, so I'm just squidging it down, painting it all around. It could be a song. Squidge it down, paint it all around. So what I'm also doing, rather than overbrushing on some of the flat areas, I'm literally just painting on, just so it's pure gunmetal. That's primarily because is this looped? I can't tell whether no, it's not looped, this bit. Anyway, so what we're doing now is this is the highlighting stage, as you can see. Only gives a little bit of a highlight. Oh, hey, look, I'm not fully naked. I'm just wearing boxers on this bit. Well, what I can tell you now, guys, I was fully naked on the majority of it. But yeah, so just overbrushing. My arm fucking killed afterwards. Felt like I'd had about 20 wanks or something like that. Well, yeah, this is a pretty boring stage. Although it was quite interesting for me to see all the detail pop out. I gotta say as well, another thing on the painting, using the Vallejo paints, actually, because of the ease of use and the coverage, as I stated before, it's actually made me want to paint a little bit more now. A lot of people think that I don't paint. I do paint, I just don't like to paint. I just don't think I'm any good. And you guys are probably going to think of 1,000,001 things that I'm doing wrong as well, like in the way I'm holding brushes, the way I'm alternating hands because I'm getting tired and stuff like that. So yeah, guys, I realise that I'm a shit painter, and this paint job probably isn't going to be top notch. I also realise what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to go over and do some finer details away from camera towards the end of this project, just because I'm going to have my head mainly in shot, because I've got to get right up close and personal to the actual model itself. So yeah, this is going to be a Death Skull's Evil Eye in the Sky Stomper, if you haven't already heard me say it before. So there's going to be a lot of blue featured on this. So what we're going to be doing in just a second, we're going to be cracking down, we're going to be laying down some colour on it. After just doing a lot more overbrushing, a lot more goddamn overbrushing. Now my mouth's getting really, really dry because it's so freaking hot. But yeah, so we will join in a sec when I start laying down the blue. And here I'm laying down the blue. So, you guys can see, I'm using the Vallejo. Where the fuck is it? I'm using the Vallejo Ultramarine Blue, not Ultramarines Blue. But yeah, guys, as you can see, it's giving fantastic coverage, and it's a very, very vibrant blue, a very Death Skulls blue, I thought. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be going on and painting this in patches. And I had no plan on this. I kind of just attacked it with blue paint, just where I thought it was. I wanted the Rhino arm to be pretty much like an ultramarine Rhino, or something like a Crimson Fist. But I think I went in the way of doing a very dirty ultramarine blue Rhino. As you can see, just painting down the blue. This is a single layer as well of the ultramarine blue. Not having to do any other layers. I'm using the paint just neat out of the bottle, no watering it down. I gotta say though, one thing that I found, because of the humidity and the weather that we've been having lately in my area of the UK, the humidity was causing a massive, massive issue for the actual paint to dry. It was still remaining very, very tacky, even after about an hour after me putting it down. So the in-between bits on this, there was a lot of just waiting around, waiting for the paint to dry. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just painting the areas that I want to be predominantly blue. Also trying out some little things with some dags and some patterns and stuff, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to go over later and just neaten them up a little bit. So what we're doing now, we're laying down some of the very rare and exclusive Games Workshop blue ink. I love this stuff because it dries with a shine to it. I'm putting down the ink over the textured panels just because the ink will obviously settle in the recesses, and it would make the armour plate just pop a little bit and make it look a little bit different. What I'm doing as well, I'm going to be leaving them as well. I'm not going to be touching them much. I mean, I might do a bit of a chip paint effect, but you know, who knows. Excuse me. The arm of the Stomper, the gun arm, I wanted to reflect the shoulder quite a bit in regards to the coloration. So yeah, just painting it the same ultramarine blue yet again. Don't really know what else to say. I'm painting it blue. Painting it blue, painting it blue, painting it blue. Yeah, interesting, painting it blue. I also realised on the back of that, I actually put a little grot, and I was like, oh, fuck's sake, I've got to get in there and paint him separately, which really pissed me off quite a bit, because I really don't like painting orcs. Gretchen aren't so bad, because all you do is you put a light green down, and then you wash them with another green, and then you dry brush them with, like, a fucking pale mixture of green and, like, rotten flesh or something like that. But anyway, I digress. So now what we're going to be doing, we're going to be attacking it with some lighter blue. This blue is the Vallejo Electric Blue. Electric 6. Gay bar. And this blue was actually very, very vibrant. Also, what you guys can see, off camera, I did a little bit of a test, and I'm sorry guys, I'm sorry I didn't video it, really sorry. I did a little test to see on the chipping medium that I use, see how that would show. This was my first attempt at using it actually, so I realised now that I shouldn't have actually done that. Okay, what we're doing now, we're applying a bit of a wash of just the blue wash from Vallejo over the Rhino. And I've got to say, it's alright, the Vallejo washes, but I still don't think they're quite as good as Games Workshop. They don't quite pool as well. And I also found out that they also come out very, very dark. So I had to go over it and wash it with some water. Yeah, I wanted the face of this to be very, very blue. So I did a dark blue on the jaw, and then on the teeth I did a lighter blue, leaving the downward facing spikes and teeth plain metal, as to not make it just too blue. Now what we're doing, we're attacking the head with some green. This is Games Workshop's motherfucker green. I can't remember what it is. It's Games Workshop's Catachan green. And then I'm going to be laying down some foundation Narlock green just to make it a little bit lighter in places. Because I was thinking to myself, I wanted to break up all the blues. I thought, fuck it, why not paint it like an orc would paint it? An orc could go, oh, well, we's green. Let's paint our heads green on the stomper. Anyway, guys, now what you can see me doing, I'm using the chipper. This is just me scratching off and scraping off areas of this side of the stomper where I apply the chipping medium, and again on this shoulder here. What I'm doing, I'm applying some water just so it helps the paint peel off a little bit, as I did in my demonstration video. You can go back and see that if you want to. So as you can see, cracked effect looks really, really nice, as well as once the paint has all been chipped off. Hey, look, there's my girlfriend in the background with her boobs out. Hey! But yeah, so now we're applying some yellow. Now this I was very impressed with. This is the Vallejo Game Colour, well, not the Game Colour, the Vallejo Extra Opaques Heavy Gold Brown, which is fantastic. Fantastic for yellow, a really dirty yellow. And it, again, goes on in pretty much one shot. Very, very impressed with this. Better than Games Workshop Foundation paints. I just think the Vallejo stuff in general is better than the Games Workshop Foundation, because it's, you know, you've got a tiny, tiny hole at the top where the paint comes out. So once a seal forms there, no oxygen's getting to your paint and it lasts for a long time. Plus the dropper as well is really nice on it as well. I mean, you can regulate the paint a lot easier. So yeah, breaking it up with some yellow on the teeth and stuff like that. I'm going to add some rust effect to the yellow because I think the rust effect will look really, really nice when it finally decides to come out. Now what we're doing a mixture of just a random grey blue that I concocted. Again, just to break up, to give it a bit of a third blue colour in order to make it look not so uniform. This was literally, I think it was a mix of the electric blue, ultramarine blue, black, white, and just dirty paint water. Now what we're doing, we're applying a top coat to the yellow of Sun Yellow from Vallejo. Now, I've got to admit, this top coat of yellow, I was a bit meh about. It was pretty much the same as Games Workshop's Golden Yellow, which, I've got to admit, I was a bit disappointed. Vallejo let me down there because it was very watery and the coverage wasn't so great. Now, I know a lot of people struggle painting yellow, and yellow is something that I really, really did avoid painting in the past. It's just a ball ache to paint. So what are we doing now? We're actually attacking the yellow with some Vallejo. Where the fuck is it? I'm having to find it on my desk. Here we go, with some Vallejo Model Wash. This is just dark yellow, and it's actually more of a dark green. Really, really weird stuff. It's about £3. You can't get this in the regular Vallejo bottles. And again, I was a little bit disappointed at it because I thought it was going to make everything just boost the yellow colour in it a little bit. And I know I should have used a flesh wash probably. So yeah, just adding some yellow toenails to it and some blue toenails. Again, these are all, the bottom of this stomper is going to be predominantly rust and dirt, so I wasn't being too careful with the paint job on the feet of it. Adding some other little details with some blue to some of the glyphs and stuff, painting that Land Raider Crusader paint plate just black. And now, as you can see, the way it's dried, it dried quite nice. And what we're doing here, we're actually using a random wash that I concocted out of the yellow wash and some Catachan green paint and a little bit of dirty paint water as well. On the massive studs in the bottom now, you see me painting them with, again, a homegrown concoction, because I fucking misplaced my dwarf bronze. Can you fucking believe it? I don't know where I put it, and I was really pissed off, so I thought, fuck it, let's mix it out of some shining gold from Citadel range, and also some scorched brown, and then a bit of white as well, and maybe some more metal, some more gunmetal as well on top of that. So it made a really nice bronze colour, a really nice dirty bronze. Again, just to break up some of the metal plates in it. And as you can see, guys, the stomper's coming along quite a bit there. What we're doing now, we're just washing the whole fucking thing. We're doing a whole wash of umber shade mixed with some just dirty brown paint water, just to dilute it a little bit. And this is going to provide a bit of a differential between a lot of the metal and some of the dirtier areas of metal where I want it. Applying some blue wash now to the blue armour plates. Again, just to give it a nice overwash. I'm applying the blue straight onto the chipped area because I really like the way the blue wash comes out over bare metal when you use this chipping medium. It just looks really lush and just really has a nice blue sheen to it, where it maybe, I don't know, maybe it's like a mad different kind of blue. Now again, we're applying a very, very, very watered down electric blue to areas and some more of the umber shade wash. A commenter said that the umber shade wash is really, really crap, and I've got to admit, I don't want to call it crap. I would say that it is not as good as Devil and Mud, put it that way. So what are we doing now? We're actually going to be painting just some extra armour plates. What I wanted for the Stompa, because I realised that some of the armour on it was a little bit weak on the front. So I thought, hey ho, fuckly ho, let's just make some extra armour and stick it to it as we go along. But predominantly now we're working on the close combat arm slash lifter dropper arm of the Stompa. We're painting it with some chipping medium, and then we're going to leave it to dry. I was doing this in like an assembly line fashion because the chipping medium takes about 10 minutes to dry, so I thought rather than just wait 10 minutes, I'll get on and do something a bit more productive. So whilst that all dries, we're just going to attack this with some blue and yellow, and we're going to attack the gun arm with some of the homegrown bronze, and we're going to attack that with some more blue and some more yellow and some more washes and various other things. Jumping back, putting on some chipping medium there, moving it back, we're going to be putting on some more yellow and some more washes and some more blues and other various colours and all that bullshit. And again, we're going to be going back to the close combat arm, attacking it with some more yellowy yellow. You know, it's very much rinse and repeat. Blue, blue, yellow, wash. Blue, blue, yellow, wash. Chipping medium, blue, blue, yellow, wash. Chipping medium, blue, blue, yellow, wash. Over the top of the chipping medium, then chipping it all away. Again, just applying a bit more of a wash, a bit more of a umber shade wash to some of the areas which were a bit too bright for my liking. And applying some more blue over the chipping medium, what I did on the thing. Now here we go, this is what a couple of guys wanted to see. Paint the light, nice orc mosaic on the top of the landing pad. So again, applying some chipper, and then we're going to be going back. You guys can fucking see what I'm doing. I actually saw as well that some of the glyphs didn't really pop out, so I thought I'd attack them with some white. I'm probably going to go over these with a second coat to make them pop out a bit more, and then dirty them up with some more, with maybe like a black wash or something like that. But these just to pop them out a little bit more. And then, obviously, after I applied all these colours, see that red there as well? I thought, let's break it up with some red, and I thought, no, it looks a bit too cartoonish and a bit too clownish with the blue, the red, and the yellow. So I painted over that with some tinny tin, and then I was just going to rust that area up just to disguise any red that I had left over in it. But yeah, guys, so this is drawing to the end of this episode. Thank you for watching my pathetic attempt at painting. I'd just like to say that the next episode we're going to be playing with pigments, and we're also going to be doing a little bit more. Oh, you know when I said that it comes out green? That's a prime example there, the yellow wash looking a bit greeny, as you just saw then. But yeah, so next week, next time it's going to be, not next week, maybe next episode this week, maybe, I don't know. We're going to be experimenting with some MIG pigments and doing some little touch-ups and stuff, and just going over areas that haven't quite been done properly yet. But anyway, guys, I would just like to thank you all for watching. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, and don't forget to find naked pictures of my girlfriend on Twitter as well, if you were that way inclined. I don't know why, she actually said to me to actually add that to the video, so hey-ho, if she gets lots of stuff like that. Whoa, shaky camera! If she gets lots of that, then, you know, so be it. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for a very, very sped-up commentary. That's the fastest commentary that I've done. But yeah, guys, thank you all for listening. See you now, and goodbye.